With the London Marathon just under 2 weeks away, the small amount of subscribers that I have on this channel who may have been following along with my journey might be wondering what the hell is going on. Well, it's all gone a bit Pete Tong.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
After 7 weeks of decent training and a successful half marathon completed in February at target sub 4 pace, I started to get some calf pain, which travelled down into the tendons in my ankle and has given me a whole ton of pain, which has meant that I had to stop running. A few visits to my physio, understanding that there is nothing to worry about and it's just going to take a little bit of time to heal, has meant that I've had 4 weeks off with no running and has resulted in having to defer my London Marathon place to 2024.
No!
Yeah, totally gutted, but these things happen and we move on. So over the last 4 weeks, I've been able to look at what potentially went wrong and what I can do to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Now, it's not surprising that injury crept in, considering I almost doubled my monthly mileage way too quickly, overstressing my body with too much load, causing fatigue and resulted in injury. So something has got to change for sure. So I've been researching ways that I can train safely and minimise injury potential, but still build my endurance and run as often as I can. So after watching a ton of videos and reading loads of documents, one method kept popping up time and time again. Low intensity heart rate training, more specifically MAF training or MAF training. Now, MAF training was developed by Dr. Phil Maffetone, a coach and sports psychologist, after 40 years of research and development of athletes, and is a form of aerobic exercise training that involves maintaining a low heart rate during exercise. The goal of low heart rate training is to keep your heart rate within a specific range during your workouts, typically between 60 and 70% of your maximum heart rate. This range is known as your aerobic zone, and training within it helps your body improve its ability to use oxygen efficiently, which is essential for endurance sports like running. By training at a lower intensity heart rate, we are able to build up our aerobic base without putting too much stress on our bodies. So this can help prevent injury and overtraining, which can be common amongst runners who push themselves way too quickly and way too hard. And this is me all over. I love my speed work. I like running fast. I like trying to beat my last time and my fellow competitors and setting PBs as often as I can. I mean, who doesn't, right? But I know that training hard all the time isn't what my body necessarily needs and wants. Now, I'm 49 and I'm not as bendy as I was when I was 21. And anyway, running fast all the time won't necessarily mean I will see consistent gains in my pace and times. It would just mean that I break more often than not, which has been the case over the last few years. Now, I've never been able to put a proper training block together for the reasons that I've just basically said. And my mindset has always been on running faster, and I've always thought to get faster, I need to run faster every session, all the time. And now I know that that's really, really not the case. So this is my challenge, to change my mindset and change my running style. Running slow to get faster. Yeah, I know that sounds weird, but trust me on this, I really think it's going to work. I do understand that results from low heart rate training won't be instant. It's going to take a lot of time. Running's easy at my heart rate to see positive changes. And to be fair, I think that's probably going to be the hardest part of all of this. But the principle is that as I get fitter and my body gets more efficient at using oxygen, I should be able to run for longer and at a faster pace without increasing my heart rate. This is why I'm committing to this exercise for 12 months and doing 12 months of low heart rate training and documenting all my progress and development right here on this channel. One caveat, however, I do have a fair few races in my calendar, which are ranging from 5k up to half marathons, which I don't plan to snail pace at. I will be using these as speedwork sessions and benchmark races to see how I'm progressing through the next 12 months. So I will still have speedwork in my program, just not by default. My goal is still London Marathon and a sub 4 hour time, but now it's at the 2024 event and after 12 months of low heart rate training. So the first thing I needed to do was to find out my MAF heart rate, which thankfully is pretty easy to do using the MAF calculator. The principle is you start at 180 BPM and you subtract your age. I'm 49, which I do still gag at every now and then. So I'll take 180, I minus 49, that leaves me with 131 BPM, which is my base MAF heart rate. Now there are a few additional calculations that you need to make, which means you may need to add a few points on or take a few points off based on your own personal situation, like if you're coming back from injury or if you're on medication. But I'll link the calculator down below in the comments so you can try it out for yourself to find out your own MAF heart rate. But for me, I'm working from 131 BPM for all of my low heart rate training and running all my training runs at this pace. So by adopting this method, I'm really hoping to see progression in a few different ways. Firstly, and quite importantly, increased endurance. So low heart rate training is designed to build up your aerobic base, which means that over time, I should be able to run for longer periods without feeling fatigued. Now, as I become more efficient at using oxygen, I should be able to sustain a faster pace without my heart rate increasing too much. Also, improved recovery. Because low heart rate training is a low intensity form of exercise, it puts less stress on your muscles and your joints than high intensity training would. This means I should be able to experience less soreness and recover quickly after my runs. Third point, and this is a goodie, faster pace at the same heart rate. So as I become fitter, I should find that I'm able to run at a faster pace while keeping my heart rate within the same range. This is a sign that my body's becoming more efficient at using oxygen, which is essential for endurance running. An increased motivation, and this is really important. So many people have issues with motivation to get out and going for a run. So hopefully because low heart rate training is a low intensity form of exercise, it can be more enjoyable and less intimidating than high intensity training. So this will hopefully help me stay more motivated and consistent with my workouts, which is essential for seeing progress over time. So taking into account all those key points, I've already started my low heart rate training. I was out for a 3-mile run yesterday just to see how it would progress. I managed to keep my heart rate well within the 131 zone. I think I averaged about 125 BPM for the 3-mile run, and I'll put the Strava details up over one of my shoulders. The pace for the run was really slow compared to what I'm used to. I averaged 10:35 minute mile pace and much slower than I would normally run a 3-mile run at. But I have to commit to this and believe that eventually it will come good, and that 10:35 pace at 131 BPM will soon become much quicker as I get fatter, will soon become faster and faster as I become fitter. So that's where I am, and that's my plan for the next 12 months. I don't think it will be easy, but it will definitely create some interesting content for this channel. So if you're interested in low heart rate training and you want to follow along with my journey, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. One final thing, don't forget, I'm not a coach. This isn't advice. Please consult someone with some certificates on the wall before you start your training, and I will see you on the next one.